and welcome to our stream, everybody. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. I hope we weren't streaming a minute ago, but I restarted everything, so I hope it's working this time. This is a general reading for all signs for today, the 29th of August, 2023. Moderating on YouTube is the lovely Shirley, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Heather. Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much, Heather. And thank you to everybody for joining us today. If you're watching on a restream on YouTube, you can use the video, you can use the timestamps in the video description to fast forward through all the shuffling I'm about to do if you don't feel like watching it. I'm reading today with this tarot of Gulliver, and I'm going to purify with this 4711 cologne. 3 sprays in this room is more than sufficient. You can find information about each of these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. And let's see, if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you follow us, and you can watch on Twitch without ads anytime you like by subscribing to the channel. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. I list all the different decks that I read with there, plus all kinds of other merchandise, and those are all affiliate links, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We do appreciate your support. Another way to support this channel is by sending a donation, and you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're watching live on YouTube, you could use a super sticker or super chat if you feel like giving a donation right on the platform. Or if you're watching on a restream, you could use a super thanks. These cards are kind of big and really stiff, so I'm going to switch to the hand over hand mode because I'm not doing so well with the other way. I don't read with card reversals, so you're going to see me flipping those cards right side up. All is well, I promise. That's just how I like to read. Just full disclosure, I was in bed sick all day yesterday. I am feeling much better today, but if I kind of go off and forget what I'm talking about, I apologize in advance, okay? I know I do that sometimes anyway, but it may happen even more today. Just fair warning. But I am feeling pretty good, so hopefully not. All right, let's just shuffle this one more time and give this deck a nice clean cut. We'll see what's in the cards for everybody today, the 29th of August, 2023. We are starting out with a 5 of Swords, followed by an 8 of Swords, and then a 4 of Swords. And this is not a new deck, by the way. I've used this many times, so this is really how they came out. Randomized shuffled deck, lots of swords. So let's look and see that these are not... They're not something that I'm worried about, but what I do notice is that some of us here in this reading have had great problems in our past, maybe even our recent past. A lot of problems, interpersonal problems, problems of conflict, problems where there has been cruelty, sometimes even abuse, okay? And what's happened is with this 8 of Swords, what happens with the 8 of Swords is we get stuck in a thought cycle. We get kind of stuck with obsessive thinking. And what's happening with many of you is you're projecting the past onto the future. And you got to be careful of that, because what's happening now, it has nothing to do with reality. I mean, as far as what's happening now, I didn't say that right. See what I told you? Say that again, Ariel. What's happening now is not what happened in the past. I think a lot of times what happens is we reinterpret things based on past circumstances, and we say, oh, now here we go again. It's not here we go again. This is not a here we go again day. Everything is actually fine. It's just that you need to learn how to shut your mind off when it starts to cycle like that. Because what's being asked of you today is to automatically, this 4 of Swords, disengage with apparent conflict. When things seem to be, now we've got banging in our ceiling. Okay. When things seem to be like history repeating itself, just realize it's not. It's not. I'm not gonna just make a choice that things are the way they are based on the past, even if I think I have evidence to support that belief. Instead, I'm going to just disengage. I'm going to say, I'm going to just automatically assume that things aren't as they appear. I'm going to disengage from the conflict, and I'm going to regroup. And if you do that and you shut down that obsessive thinking, you're going to recognize that nothing bad is happening. Nothing bad is happening. It's just an assumption on your part based on some old, maybe not that old for some of you, but based on past conditioning, based on past experiences. History is not repeating itself, and you don't want to force history to repeat itself, which can happen if you don't take care of the obsessive thinking, because thought is creative. So one thing you can do whenever this Eight of Swords comes up, I remind people that you can just shut it down. You can shut down those obsessive thoughts. And I love my tool that I use is called the off switch. You can just search on my YouTube channel, Gatoga off switch, or just on YouTube in general, Gatoga off switch. And you can learn how to use that technique in about a minute or two, and just use it over and over again today, and just assume that what you think is going to be bad isn't. It's not. Not today. Today is not a bad day, but it's a day where it's tempting to interpret it based on the past and then making it something that it's not, so that your ego can prove to you, see, it was a bad day. It's not meant to be a bad day at all. So just disengage from the obsession, and then also disengage from any apparent conflict that you might think that you're seeing, and you're going to notice that all is well. Here's the more swords, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. What is with the swords today? Okay, and then we've got the Fool. Yay, thanks for the Fool. All right, so the Page of Swords is a lot of times we say that it's you getting bad information from other people. It still can be that, but right now it's you getting bad information from your past. It's you misinterpreting things and thinking something's happening that's not happening, or projecting onto people and projecting onto circumstances old stuff that's not really happening anymore. So this is a great day to move into your past and find resolution, find forgiveness, and not prosecute everybody in your life and every situation in your life today based on evidence from the past that's no longer appropriate. This Knight of Swords also is talking about how when you are in those obsessive thought forms, you make yourself vulnerable to people who do want to take advantage of you. And a lot of times people that want to take advantage of you are doing it unconsciously. Sometimes people don't even mean to do that, but it still has the same effect, that they say, "Oh, obsessive, great. Oh, you're right. They are bad. They are." And they kind of try to help you into more conflict that you don't want. So be aware of that today. Don't let yourself get joined by others who are trying to maybe give you support, but instead of giving you support, what they're doing is supporting you into making your obsessions real, making your projections real. Now, like I said, if you can disengage from all of that, if you can just assume today is just for today. I'm not saying this is the way you always want to act, but today, just make the assumption that if it looks bad, it's probably not. If it looks awful, it's at least possibly not. Give everything the benefit of the doubt today. Every circumstance, everything. Give it the benefit of the doubt and say, I might be projecting. Boy, what a powerful thing to recognize. And when you do that, that's when this Fool energy is so powerful, because the Fool is the innocent, is who you are pretty much as a soul. And you see, the Fool is carrying just what they need. They're not carrying a lot of baggage. They've gotten rid of their baggage. They've got the assistance of this, not only of their walking stick, but they've also got the assistance of their inner guide, who's following them and making sure that they don't go off the edge. So if you can let go and allow yourself to be guided and led as you go along your way today, and look at everything with innocent eyes, almost like childlike eyes today, you're going to see that today could actually be a very powerful day of release for you. You know, I do have a new meditation based on this Fool card. Do I remember what it's called? Let me see if it's up yet. I think it is. Yeah, it's called A Journey of Innocence. It's called A Journey of Innocence. You may want to listen to that if you have time today, because it'll be a good one for you. And recognize how innocent you are and how protected and guided and safe you actually are, and how much power you have to really make things turn around for you today by letting go of the past, by letting go of obsession, by letting go of other people's opinions, and not allowing yourself to be kind of guided by others into more conflict and more conflict. And I'd like to reiterate that many times when people do that, it's not that they're being nefarious, they think they're helping. I mean, how many times have you done that, where you just commiserate with somebody and you're like, oh, I know, that's so awful. You shouldn't. Yeah, you should tell her. No, you should just, just to try to make them feel better, you commiserate with them. And sometimes when you do that, what you don't realize is that you're helping them into more conflict because you're trying to make them feel better. But instead of making them feel better, you're giving them extra permission, extra support into moving into the conflict that they might need to resolve. So don't let yourself be on the other side of that today. Recognize that sometimes people are just trying to be nice, but don't allow them to help you into more conflict. What you want today is to abolish the conflict in your mind. And the way you do that is by shutting it down. Because a lot of times this Eight of Swords, especially when there's this Five of Swords in the past, and also this Valet, when the Eight of Swords then goes and obsesses over the past, is our mind obsessing over the past. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they said that. And then they did this, and then they did that. And this is exactly what's happening. Do you see? It's happening all over again. Project. Instead, what you want to do is say, I recognize what's happening. My mind is cycling. That's just a normal thing that the human mind does. I'm going to let the past be in the past. I will find resolution about whatever this was as I can. I'm going to let myself be patient with myself. But regardless of how much forgiveness I can muster for the past today, regardless of that, I'm not going to project it onto my day. I'm going to let my day be conflict free. I'm going to disengage from conflict, and I'm actually going to get on my journey of innocence. I'm going to get on my journey of innocence and recognize that I have all the power that I need to have a beautiful day today, and have today be the beginning of a journey of innocence and freedom and, dare I say, prosperity. A lot of times people don't think of the Fool as being prosperous, but the Fool is prosperous because they only have what they absolutely need with them, and that each and every day they get all their needs met as they need it. The universe gives them what they need as they need it. Give us this day our daily bread. That's what that means. I'm not going to worry about tomorrow. I'm not going to worry about yesterday. I'm going to be in the moment, and I'm going to allow my own innocent soul to take over. Not my ego, not my obsessions, none of that stuff. I'm going to accept who I am as a soul, and that's innocent and actually perfect as God created me, as infinite intelligence created me. Guided and led, listening to my intuitive voice, listening to that still small voice at every step, always disengaging with the conflict today and allowing myself to have a very peaceful day. All right, good. I will be back tomorrow with another general reading for all signs. That wasn't so bad. I think I did okay. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Shirley and Heather, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Blessed be.